What's up, Storytime with T? This is me, and this is me again with another topic, and this is topic number 44. Is an atheist truly an atheist? Again, this is topic number 44. Is an atheist truly an atheist? So, what I did, I wrote out what I wanted to say this time, and let's hop on into it. All right. If you go to Google, which is a very common search engine, and type into the Google search bar in all lowercase letters the words define atheist, every phone is different and may bring up a different definition of the word atheist. But your definition should read as close to what my phone brings up, which is the meaning of an atheist is a person who disbelieves or lacks belief in the existence of God or gods. Now, breaking or factoring down this definition further, this definition means that an atheist is a person who has little knowledge about the existence of God, that's God with a capital G, and gods, that's gods with a lowercase g. The upper and lowercase letters in the words God, that's God with a capital G, and gods, that's gods with a lowercase g, are telling you that there's dominance and subdominance, or a leader and follower, teacher and student, or higher authority of each word and of each word, and one word is meant to be viewed in a general perspective and the other in a specific perspective. For instance, the word God, that's God with a capital G. The capital G indicates that it's more important, has more authority and power, and applies to every human being. The word gods, that's gods with a lowercase g, indicates less significance, less authority and power, and applies to certain people. For example, Bastet is an ancient Egyptian god that's gods with a lowercase g, whom can be worshipped by people who want to worship or learn about her. Bastet is more of a choice to be worshipped or learnt about versus God with a capital G, that's God with a capital G, is a God that people who choose to acknowledge as well, but can't really be ignored by anyone because this God, that's God with a capital G, is the overall God or Godhead that rules, governs, and oversees the human world, um, and its people and its things. This God, that's God with a capital G, protects the human earth and its things, such as its nature, the trees, waters, the sun, the moon, etc., and the people, in other words, the human beings. This God, that's God with a capital G, and in monotheistic religions such as Christianity, God, that's God with a capital G, is viewed to be the one true God who is the ruler and creator of the universe. And source where morals come from. This God is the creator of all matter, which are the physical parts of people, places, and things. These examples include the visible, what is able to be seen by the human eyes, which is called matter, or the physical or visible, the part of people that can be seen that is visible to the human eye, or more clearly, is a part of a person that is physical, that's matter, that's visible and can be seen. The physical part of nature that can be seen, which include the trees, the sun, the moon, the grass, the mountains, etc., are all created by God. That's God with a capital G. In Christianity, God is also the creator of energy, which is the opposite of matter. Energy is what is not visible to the human eyes. It's not physical, but non physical. It is invisible, but does exist. Atheists truly are saying once that are saying once most atheists truly are saying that um sorry guys, atheists truly are saying, or most of the atheist theology is factored down that atheists only think that what is visible or what is physical, what is matter, is considered to be true and real and existing. Any person, place, or thing that is the opposite of matter, which is energy. Any person, place, or thing which is not physical or able to be seen by the human eye is not real. It does not exist. However, is this logic of atheists true, and does it match reality, and does it make sense dominantly? No. The question is, do atheists always discuss or talk about people, places, and things that are visible and can be seen, that is physical, that is matter? No. When humans talk or manifest their thoughts, which are also words, when atheists say words out of their mouth, um, so you, the listener, can hear them, do atheists always describe a person, place, or thing that's matter or can be seen by the human eye? For example, every word has a definition or description, and when a person talks, they say some words that have their own definition. For example, if I said, "That dog is very nice," there are words that I said in that sentence which again reads, "That dog is very nice." There were words that I said, and the meaning or the definition that I chose of these words are not describing a person, place, or thing that can be seen, or is visible, or is matter, but is considered to be describing, well, in this case, a thing that can't be seen. For instance, the word from the sentence, "That dog is very nice," the word is, from this sentence, I am not describing a person you can see, or a place full of things you can see, or a thing you can see, but a thing that you can't see, that's invisible, but a thing, but is real and exists. You see, in order to complete an idea or concept or sentence that makes sense, we have to combine energy with matter, people, places, and things you can't see that are invisible, with people, places, and things you can see that are visible. Some words, most importantly, some definitions of words we need or have no choice but to use because they help us by pointing us in a direction or set the tone of the conversation and represent that we are describing energy which is not only invisible or something you can't see, but also nothing. And that nothing is something. And also is the impossible. Apart from or distinctive from all matter, which is the opposite of all the things or parts of energy. Matter is the possible and energy, wait, sorry. Matter is the possible and energy represents, matter is the possible and energy represents the impossible, but is more real and tangible and flexible and more true than that of matter. Energy is the dominant or male or higher authority than matter. For example, the sun represents energy and the moon represents matter. The sun is dominant and the moon is less dominant. This the okay the sun takes away all the darkness, which makes the sun dominant, and the moon takes away some of the darkness of the night, or half of the darkness, which makes the moon less strong, less dominant. The sun and the moon are the opposite of each other because they look so alike, almost like twins. When someone or something looks so much alike as if they were twins, they are the opposite of each other and share some physical or non-physical characteristics. But there is a dominant person or thing in which the opposite of that dominant person or thing is taken or split in half from that dominant person or thing, which means that opposite which means that opposite of the dominant person or thing will be half of everything physically and non-physically of that dominant person or thing. For instance, the moon's light is lesser light to rule the darkness, but enough light to take away the darkness until you can't see the darkness. The moon's light The moon's light is less powerful than the sun's light, which is able to push the darkness of the night away until the darkness is out of sight. Excuse me. This represents the dominance of the sun, but the sun and the moon look like twins. Sometimes it's hard to tell them apart, just like human beings. Whatever or whomever shows dominance, in this case, the sun, as far as the most significant part of what makes someone or something more dominant. The sun's light is what makes the sun dominant. There's an enemy and a superhero of every opposite couple, such as the sun and the moon. The darkness represents the enemy, and the light of the sun and moon represent the superhero. Whatever superhero can defeat the darkness, in this case, make the darkness not visible, not able to be seen, destroyed in some sense, is the dominant or alpha, just like in animal nature. What lion is the alpha in the pack that is powerful enough to protect his family or pack from invaders or other predators? The reason why people or human beings don't accept transgender people is because the topic leans more towards energy, and energy is not understood enough by humanity. What people do, which is not of good morals, is cherry pick or pick out what outside physical parts or of a biological female makes her a female, rather considering all physical parts or visible parts of a biological female outside and inside of her. If the part that is visible, that's physical, of a biological female, such as the vagina, were the only part that is the physical structure and makeup or what is needed to create a biological female, in reality, people who have a biological female body would be walking vaginas. You would see vaginas walking about the earth, and this is not reality, right? There are other physical parts outside and inside of a biological female that have to be acknowledged in order for things to make sense. A biological female or person with a biological female body has to have other female physical parts outside and inside in order to live as a normal looking functioning biological female, person, or human being. You can't ignore the rest of a biological female and say the only physical part that that makes her a female is her vagina, because she would exist in reality as a walking vagina. So there are other physical parts that make up a biological female somewhat complete. A biological female has arms, legs, eyes, nose, mouth, and these parts a biological male has too, which makes a biological male physically a female too. Not biologically, which biological means there are going to be small distinctions or differences that aren't completely different. Remember, the moon is half of everything the sun is, and the sun is dominant. In this case, a biological male is dominant. If the moon is half of the sun, then not every single aspect of the moon is going to be completely different from the sun, because then the moon wouldn't exist, because no aspect of physical or non-physical part of the moon is different. Therefore, if nothing was made different, considering the moon is literally half of everything of the sun, and is the opposite, that means the half of what the moon is, which is whatever all the sun is, has to be halfly different, which you consider in this case because we're talking about transgender people in the midst of gender that people hate. The biological part. Biological means different, not completely different, because a half that's different, which in this case, a biological female's vagina. The vagina of a biological female is half vagina and half the penis of a biological male's body. So there are parts of a biological female's vagina that is exactly the same as the penis of a biological male's body or person with a biological male body. Humans, especially atheists, love to think that people, places, and things are completely what they appear to be, like to the human eyes or what is visible to the human eyes. In other words, atheists think every person, place, or thing, the earth, every person, place, or thing in the earth is completely matter, which is, again, something that is visible and can be seen and touched. When this idea is not true, for every person, place, and thing is half matter and half energy, or half visible and half not visible. If we go off of what atheists think as far as the person goes. When atheists look at themselves or other people, they think the part of the person or themselves that they can see or that is visible is the person or what makes a person um, completely. But remember, all matter is partly energy. Is part energy. If you study a person or what atheists consider to be any what to be an I'm sorry guys. If you study a person or what atheists consider um to be a person, which is part of what people are. Wait, I'm sorry. If you study a person or what atheists consider to be a person, which is part of what people are, which is matter, what you can see that atheists don't understand is that the part of a person they they think is completely the person, or is the person in a complete sense, is the body or flesh, and the body or flesh is something that can be seen, but it's not a person, but more of a thing and part of a person than rather a person. When atheists look at a person, they are looking at half of the person, which is matter or physical, something that can be seen. This part atheists are looking at is more of a body or flesh or even meat. In this case, human meat very similar to animal meat, but humans on the dominant scale don't eat or consume human meat. And Walmart definitely doesn't have human meat. Or, I mean, sorry guys, up for sale, but dominantly it's animal meat that is up for sale. The part of a person atheists are looking at and pay attention to the most, or dominantly, is considered to be matter or physical or able to be seen. Is not the person, but part of a, but part or a thing that is part of a person, which can be factored down simply into flesh or meat. Meat in reality is not a person. A person can think, talk to you, and do things in a more animated way. Meat cannot do what a person can do. Humans and atheists eat meat. Nobody talks to meat. They just eat it. They just don't eat human. They just don't eat human meat. Most people bury the body of a person. The part that is being buried is not the person, but part of the person. Humans and atheists don't bury a person. No, a person is part matter and energy, but distinct, but dominantly energy, which can't be seen. But part of a person that can be seen, um, which is the matter part, is the body of the person, not the person. A person is energy, and the body is matter. The term human being is actually two words put together to create one word, such as human being. If you separate both words and study the meaning of each word of human being and human being separately, and then combine the words together to form the word human being, then you'll understand that the word human caters more to matter, what is something that can be seen by humans, and the word being caters more to energy, which can't be seen, and combining the words together, they form the word human being. But you need to figure out what part of the word human being is the person and what part is the thing. Humans and atheists usually think to combine things when they need to be broken down and put back together to be understood. And humans, and especially atheists, think every person, place, and thing can be seen. I mean, sorry guys, put back together. And humans, and especially atheists, think every person, place, and thing they can see is matter, and every person, place, and thing that can be seen is half matter and half energy. Um, Atheists and humans have been taught that what they see and what parts of what they see, sorry guys, atheists and humans have been taught that what they see and what parts of what they've been taught based on what they see is all there is, and this logic is not true, for I have proven this human teaching to be false. The human teaching overall is based on what can be seen, which is directly in relation to matter, and not based on anything that can't be seen. Even though in the human teaching is taught about what can't be seen or energy, but is not acknowledged much at all, and is forgotten and abandoned when the conversation or lesson or teaching about energy and what can't be seen is the dominant topic beyond what can be seen. Atheists and humans realize that they do believe and think energy or people, places, and things that can't be seen are real and true, because these ideas about what can't be seen is taught around the world but are not dominantly understood. Atheists and humans are confused, and that confusion is taught to the world. If atheists don't believe or think people, places, or things that can't be seen are not real or doesn't exist, then why spend time talking about people, places, and things that can't be seen instead of proving or helping people understand with some sort of evidence or information explaining with claims and evidence that God, that's God with a capital G, and gods, that's gods with a lowercase g, can exist, and it's not possible to exist, or any person, place, or thing that can't be seen does not exist and is impossible to exist and can't be real. Why do atheists spend more of their time trying to prove a god or gods do or don't exist if you're basically saying any person, place, or thing that can't be seen doesn't exist and is impossible to exist because it can't be seen or is energy? If atheists truly were atheists, they would help the world understand with solid evidence that it's impossible for God, that's God with a capital G, and gods, that's God with a lowercase g, to exist because they are considered to be a person with superhuman abilities or abilities beyond human beings and are invisible, which is energy. So, I finished reading what I wrote, guys, and I hope you guys understood, something and can leave something down in the comments. um, so, who does like to read? So, yeah, so I hope you guys took something from what I said, and I'm going to be adding more to this conversation. It's better if I wrote it out. I should have went through it, but I had to get my thoughts out, and I'm not perfect, so. But hopefully you guys got something from what I read, and leave in the comments some questions, and whatever you want to talk about in relation to this topic, leave down below in the comments. You can like this video. You can subscribe to my channel if you want to. Um, and I hope you all like what I wrote and you got something out of it. Some kind of ideas or something. Give me something. So, I guess I'll see you guys in the next video. I don't know what topic I'm going to do, but you all can leave in the comments what you want me to talk about as well. And that'll help me with coming up with different topics. So I'll see you guys later. And thank you all for joining for Storytime with T. And I'll see you later.